Hi guys, in this video I'm going to talk about the sold items folder in StampManage. We've had a few people have been a little bit confused by it, so hopefully this video will clear up some problems people have been having. But first of all, I'm going to talk about a problem a customer recently had. What happened is they were trying to import or restore a backup from a really old version of StampManage. I think it was maybe the 2006 version, and what happened is they imported it, and you can see it here. And if you look at the My Collection folder, you'll see 1,769 items. But notice down here, you've got some selling information. And what we've done in recent versions of StampManage is if a stamp has any selling information, such as the selling price, the person it was sold to, or the selling date, if any of that information is not empty, we move it into the sold items folder. And the reason for that is because if you enter that information, we assume, I think it's logical, that you've sold a stamp and you don't possess it anymore. So it shouldn't be listed in your collections because you don't possess it anymore. Because the reason this started was I remember, I think it was a few years ago, we had customers complaining because stamps they sold were showing up in reports as if they still owned them, and they did not. So, okay, anyways, so as you see here, we've got this, but this is what's going to happen when I run the program again. These stamps are all moved into the sold stamps folder, and the reason was, remember my collection had 1,769 items. Now it only has one. Sold stamps folder has over 2,000 items, and that's because what the program does at the program startup is it's looking for all the stamps with either the selling price, the person sold to, or the sold date, and it moves them into the sold stamps folder. And that's why the customer was thinking that all their stamps were disappearing when actually they're just being moved into another folder. So like I said, these are the three areas here. The selling information, if any of these is filled out, selling price, date sold, or sold to, then the stamp is considered sold. If you have a stamp for sale but you still own it, what you're going to do is just enter this for sale information and list the asking price there. And when you sell it, you can enter this information here. Now, how can you move a stamp? Let's say you've mistakenly marked a stamp as sold and you want to move it back into a collection. The only way to do that is to empty out all this information. Just remove whatever you've done. If you enter the selling price, just set it back to 0. If you've entered the date sold, just uncheck it. Sold to, just make it empty, and the stamp should be placed back into a collection. So I think that about covers it. Hopefully that solves some problems maybe some of you may have been having. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and goodbye.